Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I am finally ready to give you my health update. So I've been postponing this from quite some time. Last I gave you an update that was on the month of April. It was more about my mental health and everything else, and also I was telling you how I wish that my reports would be good and all of that. And if you haven't watched that video, I will link the video somewhere. Just watch it. And yeah, that was the last update that I given, and was not that great. I broke down quite a lot, and I will try that today. I'll not cry, but I cannot promise because I cry a lot. That helps. I don't cry because I feel like I'm weak or something. I cry because that gives me strength, that makes me feel lighter. Okay, anyway, that's about my crying. And yeah, so to start the video, to give you the update, I have to go a little bit back. So I have to start from the month of March, I guess. Yeah, so from the month of March, that was around the same time when I gave you the last update. So yeah, so in the month of March I finished my chemo tablets. At that time it's oral chemo, so I finished those and I went for my PET CT scan in the month of April. And when I went for my PET CT scan, the reason I was really upset last time was because I found out that my cancer in my liver, even now, I don't know if I told you this or not, but I think I did tell you that I did have cancer in my liver, and they did a microwave ablation for that, the same procedure that they did for my jaw. Please go watch my previous videos. I'm tired of explaining. Even I've lost count like how many times I have had cancer in how many places and what all procedures that I did, but I think I've already said that. Yeah, so yeah, I had a little lesion in my liver. For that we did a microwave ablation, which is like a procedure where they take a sort of a needle and they will drill it in that affected area. For me it was my jaw and my liver, and they've tried to burn it with high voltage or microwave. That's the procedure. So I did that already. Then I started my chemo tablets, which was over in the month of March this year. And then I had to go for my another PET CT scan. PET CT scan is a scan with a radioactive molecule that they inject. It's different than CT scans, almost the same, but it's just that injection. So what happens is that when anything is there, an active cancer cell is there, it will light up inside the body, like you can see it in the images. So that is what is different with PET CT scan and CT scan. So yeah, I did my PET CT scan again in Guwahati, and I got my report. The report was not good at all. Not only that, the lesion in my liver had come back, it was there again, but it also grew in size, and I had metastasis in my spine and my pelvic region also. Now metastasis, the word itself says spread, so the cancer had spread. Now I cannot confirm that it has spread from my stomach cancer or it was from my breast cancer. The assumption is my breast cancer, that it did spread from my breast cancer to other places. So you can't call that a spine cancer or a liver cancer anymore. Since it spread from my breast, it is still breast cancer. It doesn't matter which region it is in. Now people who know that once a cancer metastasizes, which is spread, it is incurable most of the time. 99% of the time, 1% is a miracle. But yeah, so it has spread to my spine and my liver. The day I got my report, I was out. I was really happy that day. I was buying all my arts and crafts material. I was thinking of doing something new, a new project or something, so I went there to buy all my supplies, and I was out alone, happy after a very long time, because other than my health, a lot of other things were going on which made me pretty sad. I was in a taxi and I got my reports. Like the person from Guwahati hospital sent me the reports, and the moment I read the reports, I knew. I was heartbroken. See, at this point I can read reports, okay, even if it is like in all those medical way of saying things. I understand because I've been in this field for quite some time. If I would have done my medical, I think I would have been a doctor by now, because I know too much. Just kidding, just kidding. don't take me seriously, okay? I can read reports, and I did read the reports, and it wasn't great, but I did not want to jump into conclusions, so I sent my reports to my doctor here, and she said the same thing. So yeah, it spread to my spine. It was not in my bone, like in the spine bone, it was in a tissue, a small lesion in the tissue. So yeah, that was there. I was devastated because other parts of my body I can still take it, but the spine, I'm scared because that will make me dependent on people, and I don't want to be dependent on anyone. I do not want to lose my mobility. I do not want to. I said I won't cry, and the waterworks are happening. But anyway, yeah. I do not want to be dependent on anyone. That is it. I don't care how long I live, but as long as I live, I want to walk on my own and do things on my own. That scared the hell out of me, and I was hurt. I was hurt because I've tried everything at this point. Whatever I was told, whatever surgeries, whatever procedures, whatever medications, chemos and everything, I've done all. So that hurt a bit because I felt like everything that I did from the past 3 years now had gone to waste, and it was disappointing. I said I will not cry, and this is just the beginning of the video. What the hell? Anyway, yeah, so after I came to know the report, I was so hurt and so upset. So what I did was, like, I didn't want to think about it, so I went to my niece's place. So my niece was so adorable. Yeah, so I went to my niece's place. I went to play with her because I just wanted to not think about it. I didn't know what to say, so I came home. I acted very normal, and I told my mom, so this is what is happening right now. And my mom was really hurt because my mother, I'm not blaming her, but she has this tendency of being overtly positive about things. So she'll be like, oh, this time the scans will be great, and I told her not to be that positive because I'm scared. And then she was that positive, and when the reports came bad, I was a little bit mad at her because it's like, I told you not to be so positive. But how can I blame her? She's my mother. She wants things to be right for me, and I feel so sad for her at the same time. But yeah, then I told her, like, you know what, I have cancer, not fever, so we have to expect the worst all the time so that we don't feel bad later on. It's not about being negative. I'm just being practical. I hate when people say it to me, like, stop being negative. I think I have done this from the past, I don't know how many years. I think I know it better a little bit. I know I'm being a bit salty, but whatever, I'm sad. Anyway, after that was done, okay, so next I went to Vellore. Now when I went to Vellore, I went there with this thought in my mind that since my doctor here already told me that they might give radiation for my spine, I was ready for that, and I thought that they will do the procedure, the liver procedure again. So I went with that mindset there. I was so wrong. And then the moment we reached there, I met my doctor and everything. So yeah, the spine, I did get radiation for it. I was supposed to get radiation for it, but for liver, they changed the plan. They did not want to do the procedure anymore because since I was getting a radiation in my bag, so that will take some time to heal and everything. So in that period of healing, they decided to give me chemo again. Now let me tell you something. I cry a lot, as you've seen, but I make sure not to cry in front of doctors so much because I feel embarrassed. I hate getting embarrassed, okay? So I try my best to not cry in front of the doctors. I cried the first time that I was diagnosed, which was here in Geelong, when I just came to know that I couldn't take it anymore. So I cried that day, and ever since that day, I never cried in a doctor's chamber because I feel shy. I did come out and cry, but then not there. But the moment that my doctor said that you have to start chemo again, I couldn't. I cried so much, and then the doctor's like, what happened? Why are you scared? I was like, my hair. So the first thing I said was like, my hair. And then the doctor says, just hair, it'll come back and everything. it came back so beautifully, now it'll come back again. It's not about the hair. The hair thing was like a metaphor or something, I don't know. But it's just like when you lose your hair or when you get chemo, the hair is the most drastic thing that happens, right? So it's the lifestyle that changes completely. It's the way people perceive you, it's the way you look at yourself, and then it's the way everything changes around you. Everything, if I say everything, I mean everything, from people's behavior to your own behavior, everything. I remember, like, wearing my scarf, going out, so I have to do certain things that I wouldn't do in my normal day to day life. I didn't want to do that again. It's like, nope, this is it, I am done. I don't want to continue my treatment anymore because I was so tired. I was so exhausted. I was like, I cannot do this anymore. And with chemo comes a lot of other things, the pain, the suffering, the side effects and all of that, and I wasn't ready for it anymore because I was loving this life. The one that I have right now, the one where I look normal, I am not normal inside, but I feel normal outside. People say that to me a lot, and they say that you don't look sick at all, and I'm happy like that. I don't want to look sick even though I am sick. I don't care. I just was tired. I just was like, please stop, I don't want to do. So that's why I also stopped posting things, and I was like so hurt and so sad. There was a lot of crying, a lot of crying, a lot of crying, and after that, finally my mom forced me to continue treatment. And force in a sense that, like, she really tried to convince me, and I was convinced at the end, because I feel like she did a lot. She has been doing a lot to just keep me alive, and I owe this to her. And I know that moving forward, even if she convinced me more, I will be convinced, even though I don't want to. But for her, I would do anything. I choose to be this vulnerable on camera because I think there are many who are feeling things like I am, and they think that they are alone, think that way. But no, girl, look at me. Same. and and it's okay. You are allowed to feel the way you want to feel. Yeah, so as I was saying, for my mother, I would do it again and again, though I want her to stop convincing me, please. The doctors gave me three options. One was the regular chemo with Herceptin. Herceptin is a targeted therapy for my breast cancer. So I have a HER2 positive breast cancer. So basically, HER2 is a type of a protein, so it multiplies the cancer cells much faster. That's what I know about it. So since I have HER2 positive breast cancer, so Herceptin is the targeted medicine for it. So any which way, I will have to take the Herceptin. So Herceptin plus regular chemo. I think it was another taxane, if I'm not wrong. I have had taxanes before, so this was the second time. That would have definitely caused my hair to fall and everything. So I was ready. We bought all the medicines and everything. We were ready. The second option was an immunotherapy plus Herceptin, and immunotherapy has chemotherapy in it. It wasn't immunotherapy completely, it has chemo, but it was also a very targeted kind of a chemo. So it's a new medicine. And then Herceptin, again, I had to take Herceptin no matter what. And the third option was a very expensive option. Even this is an immunotherapy, but the total cost of the whole treatment would be 15 lakhs. We don't have that kind of money. That is the last option. And mind you, this is my last line of treatment. I am on my last line of treatment. They've tried everything, and these are kind of experimental treatments. It is not trial, obviously. The trials were done. That is the reason why it is allowed to give it to regular cancer patients. But it is still an experiment on me to see if my body accepts this treatment or not. So the first treatment was the chemo. We already bought the medicine. Like I said, we ready to take that. We bought it from Vellore itself. We brought it to Shillong. The doctors in Vellore already told me that as you go down, the treatment becomes more expensive, but it is a better option also. So the first option was reasonable. It will work again, but it was regular chemo and all that, so it was much cheaper. Then the middle option was the mid price point, not too expensive, not too reasonable, but in between. And the last option was, like I told you, 15 lakhs, no money. And okay, I can't stop joking. Okay, wait. Okay, be serious. So the first options, we were like prepared for it. We were like, we'll take the first option, and we didn't. We came here, we changed our mind, we talked to my doctor here, and then she's like, if we are doing it, why not try the second one, right? So my mom also had this feeling, she had this gut feeling, and she didn't want me to go for the first option. She's like, why to go through all that pain and suffering all over again, not being sure that it'll work or not? So let's go for the second option. Now the second option also had chemo anyway, so we went for the second option. And in this option, it was immunotherapy, chemotherapy, and targeted therapy together. So it was not chemo completely. That's why I did not have my hair fall. People be asking me, why didn't I have my hair fall? Some were very like, why didn't you have hair fall, but I did. I've already had hair fall twice. First of all, this is an immunotherapy, so obviously there was not much side effects. I had side effects, but very less compared to the previous chemo. My hair did fall when I was a kid, and my hair did fall the second time when I got cancer, but this time it didn't, and I was so happy. I was like happiest because my hair did not fall. I'm talking about my hair so much, like that's the most important thing in the world. At this point, it is for me. I don't want my life to change all over again. I'm tired. And yeah, that was there. So we went for the second option. First option gone. Oh yeah, I forgot to say one thing. When I was in Vellore, I got my radiation first. So I got just 5 fractions of radiation, that is 5 days of radiation in my spine. And after completing that, then I came back to Shillong, and then all these things happened. And then we moved forward with the second option, and we went for the immunotherapy, and I started it. So the immunotherapy, the doses was just once in a week, and then 3 week gaps, and then again the next dose. So the side effects were not strong at all, were not that bad. I did have a lot of side effects. I couldn't get up from the bed, I was weak, I wanted to throw up almost all the time, I did not want to eat, did not want to speak. Not want to speak is my main. I don't talk to anybody during that time. And yeah, my back pain a lot, like in that spine area where I have the cancer, that would hurt a lot. I couldn't stand straight or sit straight. I would just bend like that and walk the whole time. And also the part where the liver, so this part has swollen a little bit, and it hurts a lot. And my shoulder, constant pain in my shoulders, both the shoulders, especially this side. I don't know if it is for the chemo pod or it is because of the medicine, I don't get it. But yeah, that all thing were going on. I was in so much pain that I would unalive people if they talk to me. So nobody would talk to me, and I wouldn't talk to anyone because I was irritated. And by the time I recover from that, I get only 1 week to enjoy myself. And then because the next week I have to go back for the chemo, the same routine back to back. So that 1 week that I get, I go berserk, I go do everything that I want. I dance, I jump, I do everything, because this girl ain't wasting no time. I don't have that much time to waste. So yeah, after my third cycle of chemo, immuno, whatever, I had this cough. I think it was for the weather change and everything. Everybody is going through that, but for me, if anything is serious, okay, so I started coughing a lot. I was constantly coughing. See, I still have it though. Yeah, so it's been more than a month that I've been coughing like this. My doctor here got really scared. She thought maybe something in the lungs or anything, like you can't tell right this point. So she ordered a scan for me, but I did the scan for my lungs to see and check that everything is fine. But turns out that the lung is fine. It was just some viral cough or whatever. But the size of the liver lesion has grown a lot more than it was before. So at first it was about 4 centimeters and all. Now the size is 10 centimeter or something like that. So it doubled in size. The radiation in my spine didn't work. I still have cancer in my spine, around my pelvic, all of that shenanigans are happening inside of me. That explains the pain. The scan happened 2-3 weeks back, and the reports were bad, very bad actually. My doctor said we should stop the chemo since it didn't work at all. I was again very disappointed, very hurt, everything. Why? Because it's not only me suffering, it's all the things combined, the efforts and the time that my family put in all of this, me being hopeful again. And then comes the financial part of it. The financial is the hardest part, but we're still trying to make it happen. Somehow the other, my mom does not give up on me. And but it feels sad that after she put so much work on it and so much time, money, effort, everything else, it still doesn't work. That really pisses me off. See, when it comes to cancer, I know cure is at this point impossible for me, but I just want that small, like, a ray of hope, or maybe like, oh, it did get better a little bit, so that I feel like, okay, at least all that time, money, effort is not gone to waste. But it did. The doctor decided that we should stop the chemo, we should stop the cycle. I had just one more to go, so I think I'm not gonna do that anymore. And she suggested that I should go back to Vellore, get get my evaluation done from there again. I do not want to do that. But I know I have to, because my mom will just drag me to Vellore. I know that, but I will go for the final assessment, maybe to tell them what can I do for so that I don't have pain, but at the same time it is like just controlling my cancer. I know there's no cure. What's the point? I do any procedure now, it's just gonna go for waste, because if I suppose, like, there is an option where I can get a part of my liver removed, but what about my spine? You can't touch my spine, because getting a spinal surgery means I'll be bedridden for life, which I'm not gonna do. And doing the surgery for my liver, again wasting all that time to recover, and then by the time I recover, I don't know what can go wrong in my body. I don't know all that. I'm scared. I don't want to waste my time, because I don't have a lot of it. It takes a lot to accept that, okay? I'm not saying that miracles don't happen and I might not outlive a lot of people. I might, who knows? And I have seen a lot of miracles in my life, but at the same time, I do not want to be delusional that everything right will happen to me. This year itself, I lost 4 people that I knew who started their cancer journey with me. I lost them. Some were very close, some I just spoke sometimes, we shared our journey and all that. I think more than being sad about it, I was really sad. I was devastated. That prepared me to accept the truth, to accept the fact that not everybody gets their happy ending. Not everybody is gonna be a survivor. But that does not mean that we didn't fight enough, or does not mean that we didn't do enough. My cancer has spread a lot. All this while, though I was having fun, a lot of you would see me always jumping, dancing around. But I always used to think in a way that, okay, if this gets better, after finish this course of medicine, I will do this. After I finish that, I will do that. Every single time, something else comes up, and I never do it. But not anymore, and I do not want to wait for things to be right for me. I am practical enough to know that things are not going to be right. There's no cure for this anymore, until unless is some magical medicine that they just come up with, or something, I don't know. But I've accepted it, and it is bad now. The situation is terrible, and any moment anything can happen, and I'm okay with it now, because I have lived my life the way I wanted to live, and I'm happy about it, and I have no regrets. And to be honest, I do not want to go anywhere yet. I still have a lot of things to do. At the same time, I need to prepare myself and be ready for the worst, so I am. You know what is sad? That people think that just because I do everything else, I joke about cancer, I make funny videos and I do whatnot. They think that life is not hard. I'm choosing not to show how hard it is. But one can ask, right? Just assume. Just want to say that don't assume things by what you see on the internet. Go talk to people. Stop holding grudges because life is too short. I keep saying that. I don't know what's next for me. I don't know if I want to continue my treatment or not, because I do want to really take into consideration everything. Because one thing that I do not want is to go in a very sad way. I don't want that at all. I want to go like this, just like how I am right now. Little fun, yes, mate. So I have to take into consideration everything and then decide for what's gonna happen next. And I do not want anyone to say that don't give up. I'm not giving up on life. I actually want to live my life. But how I'm gonna live my life moving forward, that is a decision I need to make. Because up till now, I've done everything. And I'm tired. I'm so tired. I will have a field work editing this because looking at myself crying, I'm like, ooh, this crying part looks cute. I People say, how do people record themselves crying? Yo, like this. So when you talk, you cry. That's being honest about your feelings. And you can judge me all you want to. I don't care, but these are real feelings and these are real things that are happening to real people. Okay? Again, like I said, I am not giving up on life. I want to live my life actually, because I have been stalling this from so long and I'm so scared of missing out. That is the fear that I have the most, the fear of missing out on things, the fear of not completing something that I wished I did, the regret. I don't want to go with any regrets. So that's why moving forward, whatever decision I take, it will be for me, by me. And obviously I'll take into consideration what my mom wants, because my life is hers as much as it is mine. But I will also hope that she understands where I'm coming from or what I really want. Because after consuming one whole ass pharmacy, I don't think I need more medicines. I'm tired. So let's see what happens next. But yeah, all I wanted to say is, moving forward, I'm gonna live my life like it's the last day of my life, each day, every day. And that's not a sad thing. Don't look at it in a sad way. I think everyone should live like that, because you never know what's gonna happen. Another thing people keep telling me is that, why are you saying like that as if you're gonna die tomorrow? I know life is uncertain for anyone, but for us, we are waiting on it every day. So it's hard, it's not that easy. But by the time I'm waiting for it, I do want to live like I have no tomorrow. That is not being negative at all. That's actually being more practical. And I like to live my life more practically. And I'm happy with it and I'm content with it. So I wouldn't want anybody saying things to me like that. That's all. That's the update I have for you. So before I leave, let's break it down, because I cried and all of that. So yeah, finished my chemo tablets, found out I have cancer in my liver and my spine. This time the liver lesion came back. Then I went ahead and started my chemo, immuno and targeted therapy. And after that, the recent scan showed that the liver lesion grew in size, doubled in size actually. The spine thing is still there, and what else? The spine thing is still there. It is somewhere around my pelvic area and all of that also. And now I have to go for my assessment to Vellore. I don't know when I will go, but I will go. And this could be my final assessment, and after this I might choose to not go for treatment again, but I'm not sure. Let's see what the doctor says, and I will update you soon again about that. So yeah, life is hard and sometimes pretty unfair, and it's okay. But all you can do is be there for people that you love, and be kind to each other, and yeah, just love everyone around you. Don't spread hate, stop trolling people, and don't comment bad things on people's posts. I know nobody comments on mine, thank you for that, but also in anybody's. You don't have anything nice to say, don't say. You never know what that person is going through. Okay, yeah, I'm done with my motivational talk for today. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope you all have a great time. Take care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.